Hollywood Studios is hands down my favorite theme park at the Walt Disney World Resort. It feels like every time we come here, we discover something new, and we come here a lot. Today, I wanted to share a few of my favorite Easter eggs and nods to the past we've discovered around the park. As you enter Hollywood Studios, one of the very first buildings you'll find smack in the middle of Hollywood Boulevard is Crossroads of the World. This is a small gift shop where you can find pins, ears, drinks, locker rentals, along with a few other items. If you look up to the very top of the circular building, you'll notice Mickey atop a globe. He's not only there to welcome you to the park, but his left ear is actually made of copper, making him the best themed lightning rod on property. As you continue down Hollywood Boulevard, if you hang a left right before Keystone Clothers, you'll come across an Easter egg to one of my favorite characters of all time, second only to Darkwing Duck, Roger Rabbit. If you look up to your left, just above the Hollywood and Vine restaurant, you'll notice a very familiar cutout of none other than Roger Rabbit. It is a replica from the very scene in Who Framed Roger Rabbit where Roger dashes out of the window. And right next to Roger's cutout in the window is a sign indicating the office of a well-known detective, Eddie Valiant, played by Bob Hoskins in Who Framed Roger Rabbit. From here, if you turn around and look up above Keystone Clothers, you'll notice a not-so-hidden billboard of Roger, Jessica Rabbit, and Baby Herman. Below this billboard is a stand where frozen Cokes are sold. If you look to the left, you will see a helmet and a jetpack from none other than the Rocketeer. This is one of the coolest themed areas that isn't readily available. It is usually only open when it is fairly busy, but if you get lucky on your next trip, you just might see this hidden gem. If you go to the SciFi Dine-In and head to the right and look up next to the gumball machine full of eyeballs, you can see the helmet of yet again the Rocketeer. And if you head down the hallway on the left-hand side, you can see the jetpack hanging on the wall. If you look to the right of the same frozen Coke stand, you will see a window for Holly Vermont Realty. When Walt and Roy first moved to LA, they needed to find office space to work on a very small budget. Their first office ended up being a room in the very back of the Holly Vermont Realty office. They were only there for a few months, but this office was where the Alice comedies were created. This nod is one of the most overlooked secrets in all of Walt Disney World and is a great reference to the man himself and his legacy. Min and Bill's Dockside Diner is a quick-service restaurant that has typical theme park food, but what makes this place special is the crates to the left of the restaurants. If you read these closely, there are two different references to classic Hollywood films. One is addressed to George Bailey, who is a character from the film It's a Wonderful Life, played by legendary actor Jimmy Stewart. It even has the name of the town from the film Bedford Falls on the crate. And the other is addressed to Rick Blaine, the fictional character from, in my opinion, the best film of all time, Casablanca, and Rick is played by none other than the legendary actor Humphrey Bogart. And since the Great Movie Ride no longer exists, you can still see a reference to that classic film inside Hollywood Studios, and I think that's fantastic. Heading towards the back of the park towards Grand Avenue, where the entrance to Galaxy's Edge will be, you will notice an alcove acting as an entrance to an apartment building. On the right-hand side is a call box, which as you click through, you'll notice a list of, quote, resident names. These names are the Imagineers who worked on the Grand Avenue project. Walking your way back up Grand Avenue and heading into Baseline Tap House, make sure to look up as you enter. The letters from Writer's Stop marquee that used to be out in front of the building are now spread throughout the bookshelf, spelling out what used to be the shop's name before Baseline came to be. If you make your way towards the Chinese Theater, you will see a statue of a man behind a camera. At his feet is a plaque that reads the dedication speech that Michael Eisner gave on opening day. There is a turquoise frame around the plaque now. They did this so they didn't have to make a new plaque since the name changed from MGM Studios to Disney's Hollywood Studios in 2008. To the left of the entrance of Indiana Jones' epic Stunt Spectacular, there is one of my favorite Easter eggs in Disney's Hollywood Studios. There's a rope that leads down to a pit where an archaeologist is doing an excavation. And out front of that, there is a sign that says, "Do not pull," with the word "not" marked out. If you pull the rope, there are a variety of different reactions that can happen. It is a very cool little interactive element inside of Hollywood Studios. The SciFi Theater Dine-In is one of my favorite restaurants on property. Not for the food necessarily, however it has gotten better, but rather for the atmosphere. Once you walk into the building, you are transformed back into the 1950s, the heyday of the drive-in theater. Once sat, you will feel like you are at a real drive-in, and every little detail has been thought of. The cars aren't a specific car, but an original car that Imagineering made that captures the essence of the era. The license plates on these cars are homages to the Imagineers who worked on this restaurant, indicating initials and birthdays. On your way out of Sci-Fi, you will see on your left-hand side some concept storyboards for Star Tours. These are really cool, and it shows several different scenes in the attraction. There are a few other pieces of storyboard concepts on the left-hand side of the hallway as you enter, so no matter where you sit or where you leave from, you can see these amazing little secrets. So that is the list. Did we miss any secrets or Easter eggs? Leave a comment down below with your favorite secret at Hollywood Studios. Thank you so much for watching. We will see you next time.